Guest line. We are joined by, I think we can say, Mississippi native. Went to high school in Tupelo, went to the University of Missouri, played college golf there, and then made his way through kind of a circuitous route to the PGA Tour, even though he's only 27 years old. Hayden Buckley joins us right now. Hayden, thanks for some of your time, man. Really appreciate you jumping on with us for a few minutes this afternoon.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. It's always nice to be back in Mississippi.
All right, so let's jump in and let's talk a little bit about your round this morning. You go out in the early wave, you shoot one under. How was the golf course?
I thought it was in great shape. I think my wake up today was 3:45, and probably the earliest I've woken up in the last 3 months. Sorry, just being hurt and kind of relaxing at home, and I think it was a little tough getting up this morning, but I was excited to get out there, and the course is perfect. They haven't had rain here since July, is what I heard. So they've done a really good job of keeping the course in shape. And, I say it every year, I think these are the best greens on tour, some of the best greens on tour. And they showed it today. I mean, I can attest. I made no putts today, but it wasn't because of the greens. They just rolled so true that you have to hit perfect putts to make them. So it's a good test. I think guys will shoot low scores, but it's still a really good test.
All right, Hayden, so what is it about this golf course? Because I feel like professional golfers, unless it's really bad, they rarely say things that are negative about a golf course. If it's really bad, they'll talk about it. But I feel like for years now, just player after player raves first about the greens and then just kind of the overall condition here with the Zoysia fairways where you usually get good lies, firm and fast. The weather's been good the last couple of years. What is it about the Country Club of Jackson?
I think they just know what they're doing. I've played it at every level. I played in high school. Played a state amateur there. I think I finished runner-up. I've played it multiple times, obviously, and every time I play it, it's consistently in good shape. So I don't know who's keeping up the course or whatever plans they have, but they're really doing a great job. It just speaks a lot to their preparation. And I was a little nervous with no rain coming in. I thought it might be. I was hoping for a little bit firmer and faster. I don't think it's there yet. I think they have been watering it themselves, but
yeah.
I think by Sunday the weather's going to cool down a little bit. We could see firmer and faster if it doesn't rain, but I think they just do an incredible job keeping the golf course. They really take pride in being Mississippi's golf tournament, and they're trying to showcase what good golf can really look like in Mississippi.
Visiting with Hayden Buckley, who has finished up a really good 22-23 season, won nearly $3 million on the course, had a second-place finish in Honolulu back in January at the Sony, had a top 10 at the Valero, a top 5 at the RBC. And yet, Hayden, I'm wondering if this is a year where you wonder a little bit what might have been if not for some injuries. How do we get you healthy and keep you healthy?
Yeah, I still feel a little disappointed in how it ended, just where we were when I got hurt, being 42nd on the FedEx Cup and, really having a legit chance at looking at East Lake. I think that's everybody's goal, and, I knew it was right there for me, and I just, had a kind of a freak injury that I still don't really know how it happened. I just woke up one day with pain, and, unfortunately I missed 6 weeks, and, when you do that, you fall, pretty far down the FedEx Cup. But, I think I saw what I saw last year, and I saw the success that I had. So I know that all I need is to stay healthy, and all I need is to, be able to compete in 20, maybe 25 events at the most. And I think I'll be right back in the same spot next year. And, I've already taken, some different steps in keeping my body healthier. I'm eating better. I'm making sure that I'm doing stuff after I play, before I play. That's kind of why I was up this morning at 3:45 and, in the gym, making sure my body's ready to play. I think it's just one of those, when you play a long season, that's kind of the biggest goal, is to be healthy. And I think we're going to have a really good opportunity this year to play well. I mean, even today didn't play well, I don't think, but I saw some things that really improved from the last 6 months. I think I hit it better today than I've hit it in the last 6 months. So that's, I don't know if I need to sit on the couch more, but whatever I did over the last 3 months really worked.
It's kind of hard to collect checks when you're sitting on the couch, so I'm not sure that that's the best plan going forward. Hey, you alluded to something there that really is fascinating to me. There are a lot of people, my wife included, who has made the joke before. She's like, why couldn't you have been a PGA Tour player? She's like, that looks like a really good life. She's like, I think I could have been a good professional golfer's wife. But the grind of playing on tour, where you play 20 or 25 events, and some guys might play another 3, 4, 5 international events. You're trying to get into the team competition stuff as well. I don't think there's anybody that complains about the life because it provides the opportunity for a great living if you're playing well. But can you kind of explain to us what the grind is like, both mentally and physically?
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at, at least somewhere around 30 weeks on the road, whether that's, all the tournaments you're playing or different, sponsor functions you have to attend. You're looking at least 30 weeks on the road, not to mention how much of that other time do you want to spend, going to the gym and practicing your game and doing a lot of different things. So there's not a lot of time, really to just kind of be at home and enjoy life a little bit outside of golf. But I think it'll get to you if you're not careful, and I think that's why I've learned to just kind of get home and really forget about golf and not let every single day be a grind. I think, physically speaking, you can, go to the gym every day, stay healthy, stuff like that. That's one of my goals over the next, 4 or 5 months. But, outside of the tournaments I'm playing the next few weeks, I don't think I'll do a whole lot of golf practice, actual golf practice when I'm at home. I just don't think it's worth it. Clearly, the last 3 months I've done very minimal, and I'm hitting it the best I've hit it. So, I'm not worried about losing what I have. I think it's just staying healthy both mentally and physically is very important. So, less time on the golf course, more time in the gym, more time kind of relaxing at home on those off weeks, and I think that's my formula. Everybody's different. I've got a buddy of mine that he likes to hit, 500 balls a day when he's at home, and that's what he does. I don't know how he does it, but everybody's a little different. But that's kind of what I've found as I think that's my key to playing well next year.
Hayden, last thing for you. You got a couple of minutes left. PGA Tour players play great golf courses on tour, some better than others. I mean, there's some that are more like they're tournament courses, and then there's some that are just these spectacular historic venues. I'm curious what the tournaments are, especially over these last couple of years where you step onto the first tee and there's kind of like a I can't believe I'm actually here moment. Does that ever happen for you?
Yeah, I would say U.S. Open 2 years ago, I guess, a year ago maybe now, but Boston, the Country Club, that was, Saturday's round. I was like 1 or 2 shots back of the lead, second to last group with John Rahm. Step on the first tee and you can't really see. All you can really see is the hole. There's not another piece of grass on the property because there's that many people. And that was kind of my moment of, I can do this, and, I kind of belong right where I am. And, that was, I didn't play particularly well that day. I got off to a tough start, but, ended up finishing top 12, top 13, somewhere in there for the U.S. Open. And, really looking at that really catapulted my career because I'd missed 6 or 7 cuts in a row coming into that week. So, but those, all those U.S. Opens, those majors, they really, PGA Championship this year in Rochester, those majors are different. But, I still, if you look back to 2019 at the Sanderson Farms, I got a sponsor invite from Steve Gent, the tournament director, and I was still in school. I was finishing up online classes, and I just turned pro about a week before. And, I'm stepping up on the first tee there about as nervous as I've ever been. And, but I made that cut, and that was a big cut made for my career and gave me a lot of confidence. And I think back to that week a lot. Honestly, probably a lot more than I think back to even a U.S. Open or a PGA Championship. So,
that's really cool.
You can always remember your first one a lot more than others, but that one was special because of my home state and, just being able to play well like I had in the past at the same golf course, just now it's for a living.
I promised last one. Thursday, Waste Management, TPC Scottsdale. You make birdie on 16. How was that?
Oh, it's what's even better is I think on Sunday you could find it. I hit it to about 2 feet and missed it for birdie. So that was I had a lot of different.
I wasn't going to bring that one up.
No, look, I love that one. I tweeted it out. I love the emotion from when I birdied it on Thursday to when I missed a 2-footer on Sunday. It was a lot of different words were said towards me that day. But look, I had a bogey-free 3-under on Sunday, and I'm not really complaining about shooting that on a Sunday ever. So that tournament's different though. It's as close to a basketball game or a football game that I can really relate to. Golf doesn't feel that way because there's never arenas, but that was probably the craziest hole I've ever played by far.
Hayden, thanks so much for your